Joining us right now, Wisconsin Congressman Sean Duffy. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, good to see you too, Maria. Thanks for having me on.
Your reaction to what happened in the Senate, where are we in this process?
Yeah, so one, I'm a little disappointed the Senate couldn't get their hands around a repeal, just a straight repeal of Obamacare. When Obama was in office, they were just doing training runs of a repeal of Obamacare, and that was fine. They could vote for that. But now that this is the live action, where the votes actually count that we could repeal it, they weren't able to do it. That's frustrating. But my position, Maria, is if we can get the skinny repeal that you just mentioned, at least we get to go to conference with the House. And we can beef this thing up and actually get a repeal and replace bill that'll still work in the House, and it's going to give senators more time to get their hands around what we should actually do with health care. And what I mean by that, too, is that their constituents are going to start to put pressure on them, light up their switchboards, come to their town halls, go to their parades over August and say, this inaction on health care is unacceptable. Your promises have to be kept. You have to get a backbone, and you're going to have to move with the House and get a real health care repeal replace done. That's the only way this is going to work.
So if that happens, when does it go to conference then? After August?
Listen, I got to tell you what, it's like reading tea leaves here. It depends on how quickly they move on the skinny repeal. We could still do it in August.
Probably
but,
not,
you know,
it sounds like it's
timelines are tough, but it's still possible.
Hey, Congressman Mike Block here. So let's assume that that the Senate can get the repeal done. It can go back into conference with the House. How closely could a final bill look like the bill that was passed by the House? What needs to come out of that? What needs to go back in? What are the key points here?
Well, I think that's a good point, and it's going to have to look pretty close to the House bill. I mean, if the Senate does a skinny repeal and all we have is a bill that gets rid of the individual and the employer mandates and the medical device tax, what the hell is that? That's a little too skinny for us. We're going to have to beef this bill up and actually get a repeal and replace. We want to drive the private market back into health care and remove the government. And so, again, it's going to be a little dance that the two of us do, but it has to be much stronger than probably what they'll pass, much more like the House bill.
Let me ask you about the president announcing the Foxconn story. This is a big deal for Wisconsin, right? The president announced that electronics giant Foxconn will build a $10 billion factory in Wisconsin. It would be the largest development project in the state, creating 3,000 jobs. What do you think this factory build means for Wisconsin's economy? And do you expect this to actually take place? Because we know what happened in Pennsylvania.
So I was at the White House yesterday. I don't know if people covered Governor Walker's comments live, but he called it the Wisconsin Valley, where Foxconn is going to invest. Yeah, it's going to be $10 billion of investment. It's going to be 3,000 to 13,000 new jobs in Wisconsin. This is a big deal for our state, not just Foxconn, but then all the supporting industries and businesses that rise up around it. This is going to be great for our state. And I think it's unique that you have a governor and a president that are coming together to make a sales pitch to companies around the world that Wisconsin and America are a great place to invest. We're going to get our tax code right. It's painful, but we have great employees. They're smart. They're innovative. They're high skilled. And this pitch worked. Foxconn's coming to America. That same pitch works. Dagan, 1 second. The same pitch works to the American companies who are thinking about leaving, that they should actually stay. So it's working.